Morning everyone, here we are, it's day 34, it's the Thursday, the 21st of May. After a very hot couple of days, it looks to be a bit more cloudy today, but I'm told it's going to get even hotter today at some point, so I'm sure those clouds will disappear. Looks and sounds like you've been having a really fun week. Lots of you enjoying our kindness mental health challenges, lots of you enjoying the sunshine, and all of you working really hard on my maths spelling frame and your work that you're doing. It was a pleasure to speak to a few of you yesterday. Nice catch up to see how some of you are getting on. I might do a few more people today just to check in and see how everyone's doing. Right, today is quite a straightforward day. We've got spelling frame as always, keep it going. All individual tests are now good. I've not heard anything from you guys about spelling frame, so I presume it's all going fine. My maths was great yesterday. I know it got quite challenging towards the end for Mrs. Bassett's group in particular. Let's have a look what you're doing today. Well, this is our last one of the week, because tomorrow we've got free choice and a TT Rockstar battle with the Year 5s on the cards. Mrs. Bassett's group are looking at continuing to plot graphs, or some of you are doing inequations. Mrs. Fox's group and some of my group are doing a times table booster, and Mr. Flowers' group have got a problem solving from Enrich. So all you do is you hover over the button here, you click the link, and then it comes up with what you're meant to be doing. So it's called trebling today. This is Mr. Flowers' group only, yeah? You've got to replace the letters with numbers. So each letter, if it's the same letter, represents the same number, and so on. Can you see how it goes down diagonally like this? So in other words, E times 3 equals something that ends in 1. 5 times 3 is 15, no, 6, sorry. 7 times 3 is 21, so I would have 1 and carry 2 more, wouldn't I? So I would have E as 7, so if E's 7 there, E must be 7 there. But remember, I've carried 2, so my answer was going to end in a 5, I think, wasn't it? 3 times something equals something ended in 7. But remember, I carried the 2, so you've got to take 2 off, so it ends in 5. 3 times something ends in a 5. Well, I'll leave that one to you to work out. If you need any help, there's got getting started. And if you want to see how Abdullah's done it and Joshua, there's some examples if you want to click those and how they did it. Some ideas about perhaps doing it that way. Mrs. Bassett's group, some of you have got straight line plotting graphs again, continuing with that. It should be a bit more straightforward after yesterday if you worked it out yesterday, okay. A bit more practice with that. And the rest of Mrs. Bassett's group have got inequalities, and simply inequalities, you're trying to find a rule that X could follow. Okay, X can follow. Let me just look at this first one. 5x add 6 is bigger than 26. 5x add 6 is bigger than 26. So again, you don't need to find me what the actual x is equal to this time. Instead, you've got to find a rule that shows how big x is. Is it bigger than a certain number? Is it a rule that will continue on that shows that it doesn't equal anything else? So 5x add 6 is bigger than 26. Interesting one that. I'll leave that to you. Well, I can show you to start with for now. So what I would do to start with, I would think, okay, 5x add 6 is bigger than 26. So if I were to add 6 to it, if I had x as 4, I would have 5 times 4 add 6, which would be 26. So it needs to be bigger than that. So the x needs to be bigger than 4. It can't be any less than 4, else that statement wouldn't make sense. Does that make sense to you? So I'm going to say x is bigger than 4. Just check that I'm happy with that. Yeah. X is bigger than 4. And you've got to see if those rules match up for that throughout there as well. Okay, let's have a look at Thursday's challenge is an artistic challenge. So it's quite a lot of art theme today. Louis. There we go. Yes. Louis' interested in the art. Artistic challenge. One of your ideas might already stand out as a great setting to bring to life. So we've done something similar to this, but I'm looking for a really detailed, if you want to do a painting of this, if you would like to do a pencil sketch with foreground and background, thinking about how options and bigger sizes get bigger if they're closer or further away from the perspective of the artist. I'd like to see a really detailed sketch of the artistic challenge there. I think that'd be really good. There's the Forest of Premonition. Did you see that? Wow. Trees are bigger because they're in the foreground. In the background, trees are smaller because they're further away. And I think our last thing is another arty thing. So I've ended up doubling up for the art twice this week. Mrs. Thornton's challenge. What do I think kindness looks like? A paint by numbers Mrs. Thornton's challenge. So on the class page, you go and you say, okay, where is Mrs. Thornton's challenge? You scroll down, there it is. You click on that there, and it should appear at the bottom down here. Open sesame. And here's Mrs. Thornton's challenge today. Thank you so much for all your work for Mrs. Fox's kindness tree leaves and different things people have done. They look amazing. Some people drawing around their hands and stuff. Really lovely messages. So Mrs. Thornton's challenge is she would like to draw what you think kindness looks like. Anything from giving somebody a helping hand or whatever it truly means to you. It only needs to make sense to you. Here's one that Mrs. Thornton's created. A cake to give to a friend in need, showing kindness and thinking of others. And then maybe you could explain what each colour represents. So you draw it out and you tell them which number matches up to the colour that you want to do. So you could either leave it as blank and then other people could fill in, or you could do it yourself. You just see the key here. So 1 would be red, 2 would be green, and so on. Maybe you could... Oh, the cat's... So maybe you could explain what each number or colour represents. For example, number 1 is red, the colour of love. It's on top of the cake to show that love is the most important thing when showing kindness, particularly when thinking of our friends. Now, I think that's quite a nice one to do there. Sorry about my shaky camera skills. I've got the cat who wants to be part of the channel today. Oh, there we go. Well, there's your challenges. You've got 2 arty ones, haven't you? You've got to draw your artistic challenge of the the Forest of Premonitions, or one of your juxtapositions if you would like to. And then you've got Mrs. Thornton's paint by numbers or colour by numbers kindness challenge. And you've got your My Maths and your spelling frame to get through. So have a wonderful day. Enjoy. I'm gonna do the quiz today. Quiz around about 12 o'clock, so look out for it. Any more SAT scores, bring them in. Send them to me. Let's get Mr. Coin's PE challenge done as well. Start sending more things in. That'll be wonderful. All right, guys. Let me know if you've got any problems. Look forward to speaking to some of you. Have a great day. It's Flowers out. Bye-bye.